guys, welcome back. Well, it's Saturday and I got a late start this morning. I had so many other things I had on my plate. So at least it's cloudy. It's a little muggy here in central Florida, but we will deal with the weather. It's supposed to rain, I'm not sure 100%. But anyway, we're gonna get going. The first thing that I typically do on Saturdays is I make sure all of the water dishes are clean. You want to do that at least once or twice a week and give them fresh water daily because everybody wants to drink fresh water. But I scrub everything down with soap and water, and then I will put some apple cider vinegar in their water at least twice a week. This is good for their insides. It keeps them from getting sick, and it also keeps worms out of their system. So this is really, really good for you and for the goats and chickens. So you can also drink this. All right, so let's get going. I don't remember where we found this, but this is amazing to have. It's big, holds a lot of water. The only problem with it being stainless steel, it does get a little bit of more mildew and rust on it, so I do have to scrub all that out. We always make sure we have more than one container of water. They are heavy drinkers. A little bit of soap. If you keep up with it, it's not too bad. I chose a harsh scrubber today to get all the rust and everything off. Sure where you guys are located, but here in Central Florida we deal with a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of no-see-ums, and it is a pain. A lot of these containers hold bacteria, so you'll notice it when you feel on the inside if it's slimy. Make sure you get all that off. It's really bad for them. They will get sick. They have sensitive immune systems just like we do. Some people think I overdo this, but I don't believe I do. I care about our animals, and I want to make sure they're healthy. I want to make sure they live long. Plus, we sell eggs, so I want to make sure that the egg production stays well and the eggs are healthy. Today we're going to be letting the chicks out again for the second time, so we'll see how that goes. We'll do a little bit here and there to get them used to being on the outside of the coop with the big girls. And today the big girls are out and about on the property, so maybe they'll stay away for us today. Hey babies. I usually do this on Saturday morning around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. But today, like I said, I was running late. And it needs to get done, otherwise I'm behind on schedule. I like to have a routine. Believe it or not, chickens and goats have routines, and they don't like it when it gets messed up. We've learned that the hard way. So I haven't posted since we lost our one hen. She never returned. So we've come to the conclusion that she was either taken by a bird. We do have hawks around here, and we do have owls. My neighbors told us that we have big owls here, which I did not know. Or a coyote got her. So she's not home. She's definitely a goner, unfortunately. If those of you are watching this is their first time watching the channel, I posted the other day that we lost a hen, so that's why I was explaining that story. They free range, so it's gonna happen. And it's good to wear boots so you don't get mud and water all over your feet. I've also learned that the hard way. My running shoes have turned into farm shoes. So. Okay. Alright, so the apple cider vinegar, I really don't know how much is too much, but I typically only do, like in the smaller containers, I do just a little dab. So that was probably a little too much, but I'll pour a little bit in here. It will not hurt them. Like I said, it will only help them. That's it. Just fill these guys up with water. So this one we're going to leave fill up on its own, so it's going to take a couple minutes. Okay, so next I'm going to let the chicks out and let them roam for a little bit. That way I can keep an eye on them while I'm out here doing chores. Alright, here we go. Just for the second round. Here we go, ladies. We have all this stuff here temporarily until we get a different situation going on with protecting them from predators. Right now it's blocks and wood and all kinds of fun stuff. My sister just recently gave me this basket, so I'm going to end up using this to collect eggs. It's much easier than putting them in my shirt. And then my friend bought me an apron, so I'll be wearing that soon to show that off to you. Come on, ladies. This has to be cleaned. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. So you can see those ladies running around. Okay, this is where they roost at night in their coop. Well, they're getting out and about. They're still a little nervous, but they're getting there. Hang on, ladies. Chickens are definitely not clean chickens. Chickens are definitely not clean. But if you keep up with it, it's not too bad. Here, ladies. There you go. There you go. Okay. So now I'm going to take you over to the other areas. We're going to go collect some eggs using my new basket today. I haven't been out here yet today, so hopefully we've got a few. And I see one in the new laying boxes, so that's a plus. Okay, we have 4. And I believe that they are laying eggs somewhere else. We did find a different spot that they were laying eggs in that we were not aware of. I have a feeling that's happening still because I only have 4 eggs. And usually in here I find at least 7 or 8 a day. So having only 4, I know that they're being sneaky. So I'm going to have to look around and see if I can find some more. Alright, so this is a goat pen. And I came out here before I left earlier, and I did sweep out. I usually have to get in here and move everything around once a week, sweep it all out, make it nice. I'm eventually going to get some pads to put on the floor, or maybe some cheap carpet to help them at night where they have something soft to lay on. But for right now, I'm going to check Annie's pen. I'm going to sweep out or rake out the old hay. I'm going to go ahead and put new hay in there, make sure she has some soft bedding. She is getting closer and closer to having her babies, so I want to make sure this stays clean for her. We did put these up temporarily. I do hit my head on these, but we had to do this for now because we don't have another pen to keep Annie in, and Loki was jumping this. this area, so I had to do something to prevent him from jumping. So I'm constantly hitting my head. We are learning a lot as we go. And one thing to point out, ooh, it's getting muggy and hot. One thing to point out is goats do pee and poop where they sleep, unfortunately. So it does get smelly. I try to do this often so I prevent the smell, but it does smell. That's something that I don't like about them, but that's what they do. And for the hay that I rake out, I'll spread it all around the ground, and what it'll do is soak in. It becomes kind of like a mulch, and then every now and then we bring the push mower in and we'll mulch up the ground really good and just kind of spread it out, make it look really nice. So it does go to good use. You could even put this in your garden if you wanted to, but right now our garden is not existent. So we'll eventually get back to that one of these days. It's hot here in Central Florida. Back in the day before we had a mini farm and not so much responsibility, we would sleep in on the weekends, but that doesn't happen anymore. We enjoy it, but we don't sleep in anymore because of all the chores and having to come out and feed. And it is fun. It's tiring, but it's fun. Having them is not for the faint of heart. So if you're hesitating, listen to your gut. But if you do get into it, you will not regret it. I'm going to fill up Annie's water bowl. This is their hay hanger. I'm going to get some hay in here. And I'm going to clean the goats' food trough. Put a little bit of soap, scrub them out. These hoses are not the greatest. I miss Annie. Funny, as I'm looking out at the property behind the house, I see our 2 German Shepherds. They have a full 2.5 acres to run on and play. and they choose to lay down and wait for me. German Shepherds are definitely family dogs. They want to be with us 24/7, which is great. But sometimes it's nice to see them go and play with each other and do something without us, but it's not happening. They're waiting for me patiently. Hi, baby. So this is our storage room. This is where we keep our extra things that we don't want hanging out on the property. Extra things meaning preparing for Annie's babies. We've got the puppy pads, we've got the nose squeezer, we've got soap to clean dishes. We have this cabinet that we got for free, so we're using that. Just some extra containers and stuff. So I try to get in here at least a couple times a week and sweep it out. Make sure it stays clean. The goats are helping me. They're down here eating hay. So guys, this is the finished project. It's a little full, but I ended up pulling out too much. So I went ahead and filled it up, that way they're set. At night, these doors close. They'll be good for a little bit. I see what you're after. Little bits of food. You can eat those, Annie. Little bits of hay. Are you saying hi, Loki? Huh? Are you saying hi, handsome boy? You're always in trouble, huh? You're always in trouble. Look at that beard. Oh, here comes the other girls. You gonna show off? Get some fresh water. You are a troublemaker, ma'am. You're the one that was beating up the little girls. Chickens do love hay too. You getting yourself a little treat, ladies? Getting the bits that fell on the floor? I also wanted to show you, when it comes to goats, I'm sure most of you, if you have goats, you know, I have the baking soda on the left, the minerals on the right. They eat either one of those whenever they need it. Baking soda is kind of like Tums, 2 people. They eat it when they need it. It's for like breaking up their stuff in their stomach, basically. It breaks down the food and helps them digest everything. And the minerals are just really, really good for their bodies. Helps them grow, keeps them healthy. So that's that. Elmer, you're in there now too? Oh my goodness. Every one of you are in there. Guys, that's not your house. So hopefully this weekend we will be creating a separate area for the boys. Especially Loki, since he's our breeding boy. And then we're going to be getting another female soon. That way Miss Annie has a friend. They don't like to be alone, so we're gonna make that happen. Elmer, I see your butt. Are you making friends with that hen? Huh? They're so funny. Why don't you ladies go in so I can close the door? Alright guys, well I am going to focus on getting these little girls back in their house. And hopefully I won't have any issues with that. The other ladies are running off, so that's a good sign. But I will see you guys again soon. Have a wonderful Saturday and many, many blessings.